And we are back with more linen, this time a shirt, and not the same fabric, because this time it is way thicker and more tightly woven, because if you remember, this is the one we used last time, and this is the one we're gonna use this time. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference there, so that is also part of why I got more linen. It needs to be sturdier and also less see-through. It is linen, so it's never really gonna be not see-through, but this is very tightly woven. If you are looking for linen, some linens are just gonna disintegrate within 2 years. Linen can either be the best fabric you ever find, or it's gonna be the worst, and you have just wasted your money. So this shirt is gonna be inspired by 18th century men's shirt, inspired by, not a recreation, and it's gonna be entirely hand sewn. And I'm doing this shirt while I am working on something pretty big that's gonna come up, I don't know when. And by the way, I know it's been a long time. It takes quite a while in between the videos, but I'm not leaving YouTube. So even if it can take half a year, I will come back. You're not getting rid of me. And as always, we start with cutting our fabrics, measuring and being disturbed by the cats. And like I did with the nightgown, I drew a thread so I would know where to cut, because when you draw a thread there will be a clear line in the fabric. I did try to cut all the pieces out of relatively little fabric, so every time there was like a strip that I needed, for example the sleeve, I would cut from the pieces that would be left over from the bigger pieces, and if it was too short, I would just sew 2 strips together. Just taking a break because my iPad has run low on battery and I don't have any entertainment, but I do have heat. I have cut out all the pieces. These are for the body. These are the sleeves. These are the gussets. This is the collar, and this will be for the box pleats. It is a scrap from when I cut out the body. And then here are my reinforcement patches. Here are my measurements for the shirt. Without the reinforcement patches, they can be about 2-3 centimeters. Not under 2 at least. I also want to note that the measurements are without seam allowance, so I just added about 1 or 2 centimeters, depending on the piece. My sewing methods for this shirt was mostly based on 18th century, like pirate and men's shirt, so it was a lot of just backstitching a seam and then cutting one side of the seam and then felling the longer piece over the other and whip stitching it down, so it's a felled hem. no. So this is the inside. And so is this. And this is the outside. So I hemmed half of the hem, and I made it inside out. It's probably not gonna matter because it's still the hem. It's not really gonna be visible. So you know, as long as it's strong, it's gonna be there. And I made one hem because, well, I don't need to show both. That would just be redundant. I watched a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 while making this. I had watched it for quite a long while, but now was the time for the final, chapter 6. So I was a little emotional. Sorry if you hear the fan, it is so warm, I cannot turn it off. So I will find the middle point from the shoulders. And now Daisy is screaming too. I think she wants to go outside, but she's not allowed to. We live in a city. So this will be so that there is a front slit at the shirt, which will partially help to get your head through. The lady of the hour. So I want my slit to be about 20 centimeters. Sweet girl, hush. She is either complaining that she wants to go outside, or that it's too warm, or that she wants to go outside because it's too warm, or she just wants more food, which it's not time for food. Then I gathered around the neck from the front of the middle to a little bit in, but not all the way to the shoulder, and then a bit from the shoulder symmetrically across the middle back. You have a blanket right there. The sleeves I made relatively similar to the nightgown in the previous video, only the gussets were a lot bigger, and as you could see from the measurements before, the sleeves were a whopping 60 centimeters in circumference. And here I put the pins in across so I know where to stop the seam. And here I'm showing that it's a channel, so you can put a ribbon through it. And here I'm pleating down the sleeve. You just do it straight where the gusset is, and then on top you make the pleats.
gör vad du vill.